Hey, okay, are we live? Not yet. Oh, live with it. Live with it. Hey, here we go. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hold on, let me see. I think it's, can I be heard? Let me make sure. Can I be heard? And here, I'm going to go live on the Instas. We live on the Instagram too with it. On the Instagram. All right. And then hope everybody's having a good Friday. Feel good Friday. You know, it's funny, like my last, when I did, there you go. Okay, cool. So, because that audio will be picked up. My last stream, it was supposed to be copyright free, but it was still copywritten because of the music. It wasn't supposed, the music was supposed to be copywritten or free of copyright, like open source. That's what it's called, open source. But it wasn't. Okay, here, there we go. Yep. Cool, it's up. Got it. Cool. I got the chat up. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good day. This is a very, very good day. Unannounced live stream. I got my chat. Everything. Feel Good Friday. I just uploaded a video too. Make sure you check out that video. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. Feel Good Friday for me, it means like see, Friday is a day associated with like freedom to a degree, right? The majority of individuals, they have their 5 business day work week, their 5-day work week, and then Friday is that break or the end of the work week where you can start the break, so you can feel good. I mean, if you're not within that space of, you know, working and then feeling good because you don't have to work, you feel good anyway. It's Friday. Feel Good Friday. There's like a energy, an energetic signature with the day of Friday in which you could feel good. So this is Feel Good Friday. Yeah, Feel Good Friday. Feel good on this Friday. That's the whole point. Yeah. And let me make sure everything is good too. I think it's all good. Yeah, I think we're all good. And then if I do this, check Instagram.com/Mr.2Million/live. Is that right? Yep. There we go. Let me make sure. Cool. Yep, and I'll turn it off so we don't have that echo. And I was playing royalty-free music last week, but it still copyrighted me when it wasn't supposed to. It wasn't supposed to copyright me. What's up, Marvel Rivals Realm? What up? What up? Free live streaming music. That's what we'll type in, because last week it still hit me with the copyright. Okay, it says all of this is it better be copyright free, royalty free, because last week it said royalty free and it wasn't. This is some deep house music. Oh snap, right up my alley. Right up my alley. Can y'all hear that? What does that sound like? Hold on.
Wasn't.
Let's go live.
Can y'all hear that? What does that sound like?
Okay, that's cool. Sounds cool. Yeah, Feel Good Friday. Make sure you feel good today. Feel good on this Friday. All right, you said You said, just wanted to say thanks again for posting your videos about changing your thinking and reaching your goals. Yeah, man, I appreciate you thanking me. Look, it's about growth. It's about evolution. It's about all of that, man. And, you know, growth takes time. Growth takes a lot of time. It's not an overnight thing. And it's really about giving ourselves that patience. And I'm just kind of showcasing the possibility of, you know, giving yourself that patience, as well as I want to inspire individuals to do their own thing. You know, do what it is that feels good to them. I don't like this music. I don't like that. That was too much. It was like, here goes some lo-fi. Oh man. They better not give me no copyright stuff for this. Cause sometimes they, you know, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. All right. Cool. Got everything good. You said I'm going to be listening to the stream in the background because I'm working right now. Hey, well, I appreciate you for listening while you're working, man. I hope that doesn't distract you. Hope you can get your work done. Hope you get your work done real good. Do some real good work. Real good work with it. Real good work. Yeah, it's just a feel good day, man. A good day to feel good. You should feel good because it's Friday and because it's a new day, because you woke up. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world. A lot of stuff. The whole politics, the political thing, is hilarious. But it's not hilarious if you're not in that. If you're in a different space, it's hilarious. If you're not in that space, it could be pretty terrifying, actually. Because what is going on if you're like in a particular space with the political spectrum, you're like, what is happening? If you're a Republican and you're for the president, you're like, what's happening? Or today you might not be like that today, because every day it's new stuff. Today you might be like, wow, I knew those Democrats. I knew Obama. We still talk about Obama. When was he the president? He was president like 12 years ago. When he got off 10 years, right? 9 years. 2016. When was he, like, I don't know. But yeah, depending on whatever space you're in, you know. For me, it's all hilarious, though. It's very funny because the political, like, you know, the and I don't want to. For me, look, the Republicans and the Democrats both work together. Like what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So for me, I can laugh at all of it, but for other people that can't laugh, it's nerve-wracking. It's scary. It's like, what's happening? Is the world about to implode? Like, and then the concept of, is the president, what is he doing? Where's the list for the conspiracy theorist? You know, and I was a conspiracy theorist. I was, and I was. That was a label that would have been placed on me as somebody who was very much aware of all of the potential labels that you can grasp onto or that can be placed onto you. The conspiracy theorist. What is this music? Oh my goodness. I had to change it. I'm sorry. I just did. But, you know, I was very much aware of the conspiracy theorist label perhaps being put onto me. So the political concepts, you know, like, I blew through all of that. Like, what they say, the right and the left, the same wing or different wings on the same bird. What they say, the two sides of the same coin. All of those nice little phrases that sound good. What is this music now? You hear that? No, that's not me. I'm not. I'm a streamer, but not like that. I'm changing the songs. What's this? Mellow. Ooh. Ooh, you hear that? Calm with it. Calm. All right, but yeah. So when it comes to the conspiracy and all that stuff, like the politics, all that, they're all the same to me, and that gives me a lot of peace of mind because it's like they're all the same. They're all working with each other, for each other, as each other, to each other, and then presenting the outside presenting otherwise. That's my perspective. If you don't agree, you don't believe it, that's fine. But to me, that perspective gives me a lot of peace versus worrying about this person doing that, and like it's a two-party system by design. That's America political talk, two-party system by design. It's all by design. Hypnosis, all this stuff is, the media has a perspective they give a perspective to the general public about hypnosis and things outside of whatever perspective they want the people to be in, want people to have. So that's kind of my view on it. The politics, the Epstein, all of that stuff. I mean, and it's kind of self-explanatory too when you really look at what's going on. It's like all of this push for it, like we're the Republicans and Trump and them for it. They're for it. We're gonna talk about Epstein. We're gonna release the files. This is phase one, and then then they just sweep it under the rug. It's for me, it's very telling. And now it's Tulsi Gabbard. We're gonna talk about Obama. All right, like my real honest opinion. And again, I understand, like my perspective on the politics really gives me a peace of mind. It allows me to feel good. So that's the reason why I'm speaking about it on this Feel Good Friday. If you don't want to, but my perspective on all of it is like, I'm gonna say it. They all boys. They all friends. Like, so if dude didn't kill himself and they pulled him out of there, I'm gonna say what I think now. This and it make me feel good. It's funny to me. Look, Donald got on the phone with Jeffrey. Jeffrey was like, "Hey man, what's going on?" Donald was like, "You see what's happening? They want me to release it. Like, we released the redacted stuff. What?" And Jeff was like, "Hey man, look, Jeff was like, "Hey man, I just got off the phone with Barack." And Barack was like, "Blame him." And Donald was like, "What? What? Blame Barack? I love Barack. I can't blame. What? I blame Barack. I would never blame. I love Barack. Why would I blame? What is this music? You hear that? Of course you hear it." And Jeff was like, "No, Barack said to blame him. That's what he said." And Donald was like, "Did he really say that? Did he really say that?" And Jeff was like, "Look, I'll conference him in right now." And then he conferenced. He conferenced Barack in and was like, Barack was like, "Hello?" Donald was like, "Barack, Jeffrey just told me some crazy stuff, like one of the craziest things I've ever heard. I love you. He told me to blame you, and I would never do that. I love you, Barack. So I just had to. He said blame you." Barack was like, "Yeah, I was just talking to Hillary." I was just talking to Hillary, and just blame us. That's what we said. We came to the conclusion, just blame us for it. And Donald was like, "You sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you want me to blame you? Because I love you." And just blame us. Just go ahead. It's all right. That's what happened. That's a hallucination, right? Such a delusion. Such a... Hey, it allowed me to feel good, man. It allowed me to feel good. They all in cahoots. I can't sit back and really take all that political theater serious, man. That gets you in fight, flight, freeze, fawn. And that's the reason for it. Like, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna say it. Like, getting, like, I mean, the concept of your ear, like getting a bullet in your ear, and then fight, and you know, it's all political theater. It's all theater, man. It's all fight, flight, freeze, fawn, get control the people. That's it. That's all. That's what. It's funny to me. It's funny. A very controversial statement, very controversial opinion, very controversial perspective. But look, feel good. It's Feel Good Friday. Help me feel good. Here, I'll read the chat. You said, have you seen Joe Rogan's podcast with Chase Hughes? He's a behavior expert and talks a lot about psychology and persuasion, which I assume in some aspects is similar to what you're researching. Well, so I'm not a behavioral expert per se. I'm more so a subconscious mind specialist. As a hypnotherapist, I work specifically with the subconscious mind. That's the integration of beliefs, the integration of message units into the subconscious mind, suggestions into the subconscious mind for whatever reason the person wants to be put into hypnosis, wants to see their hypnotherapist, see the hypnotherapist for. So, yeah, like persuasion and stuff that kind of goes into neurolinguistic programming, and there are a variety of different concepts. So it does connect, but like a behavioral specialist, when you say that, like I'm thinking of an individual that will say, oh, he's looking to the left, so he's lying. And all of that is true to a degree, because we access our memories via our eyes. We look at particular areas to access different parts of the mind, different parts of the brain, to access different memories. So you could, as a behavioral specialist, pinpoint aspects of people's psyche, or point out a behavior, say they're lying because of them doing this, because of them saying but I see. I'm not versed enough in that subject to really give a honest opinion. But from my education, everybody's different, and everybody, depending on whatever they've went through, whatever experiences they've had, and whatever experiences they're currently experiencing, that goes into like the behavior, that goes into why someone may say why someone may stutter, why someone may look at a particular direction while they're speaking. Yeah, hope that answers. You said, but the subconscious mind is connected to our behaviors, right? Yeah, it is. The subconscious mind is. The subconscious mind is essentially the foundation for all of the actions that we take. It's the space that holds all of our beliefs, all of our saved thoughts, all of our dreams, all of our unconscious biases, all of those things. That the subconscious mind holds that stuff. Yeah. So it is connected to our behaviors, but I'm the idea of like persuasion and stuff, that's not like that's not the thing that I specialize in. That's not, for me, the subconscious mind is the thing that I specialize in. How to get things into the subconscious mind for them to stick. And if you can go into, like I said, neurolinguistic programming, persuasion to get individuals to accept particular message units or suggestions. But outside of, like, I'm not a behavioral specialist, and I wouldn't necessarily talk about the subconscious mind from the perspective of specific behaviors that you will do. I'll talk about it from a general sense of whatever subconsciously you're holding that will then go into your behavior, how you behave. But like the decoding of behaviors and stuff, that's not something that I do. Yeah. Joe Rogan podcast though was dope. Very interesting. Some perspective, some people believe that to be a part of the political theater. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't subscribe to anything that is not like not of the highest good for me. So, is Joe Rogan political theater? I mean, it's entertaining. It doesn't have to be political theater. It doesn't have to be fake. Like the concept of propaganda. It doesn't have to be propaganda, even if it is. And I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I do see that perspective. I see how people can come to a conclusion that like Joe Rogan is a part of that machine. Yeah. And that machine is very powerful. That machine is very big and strong. And it spans multiple places, more than just YouTube, in my opinion. I would say like a part of the political machine is 100% the movies, all of the superhero movies, all of even the anime. It's giving ideas to the general public, the general population. And it doesn't have to be negative. It's not negative in my opinion at all. It's very much positive. All of it is very positive. If you want it to be positive, you know. Here, I'm just checking something. I want to see something. Yeah, so when I hit that, oop, I don't want to hear it. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that the stream was still working on Instagram. The Instagram stream last week, it gave me a headache, y'all. It gave me a headache. I was going through it. I was going through it. I had people join on Instagram. I don't know if they're still in here. Appreciate you for coming by though. Appreciate you for watching on YouTube as well. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. This is dope. This is like, my plan is to do this reoccurringly. Hopefully every Friday. Do a nice live. Talk about things that I want to talk about. Answer questions that people have. That's my plan every Friday to do it. Along with making videos. This week was a different week though. I wasn't able to post as much as I wanted to just because of my schedule. Life, you know. Life be happening. And yeah. Something else. I was last week talking a lot about Spider-Man. And of course, you know, Venom 2 million, Mr. 2 million. Spider-Man. Very interesting. Like the news about the new movie, they're going to be introducing or bringing the Punisher into the movie, and like I've been seeing people talk about with the Punisher being in the movie, like are they going to tone things down? And then people even talking about Spider-Man's perspective on the Punisher, how he doesn't really like the Punisher because the Punisher is a murderer. And I actually do not want them to go that route in the movie. I want them to go the route of Peter Parker understanding Frank Castle and learning about him versus just judging him. That's one of the things that the films, all of the superhero films, kind of emphasize subconsciously to me. This idea of like judgment. I still haven't seen Superman. I am gonna see it though, and I've heard a lot. Like I said last week, people were saying Superman is so good, it's so good because he's kind, and that's very important to me. That aspect of kindness. A lot of the superhero films, they kind of go into that judgmental realm, and it does bleed into our society with everybody kind of judging everybody based upon these surface level things, these almost like a check box. If you check these things off the check box, then you're good, but if you don't check these things, now you're not good. And that's not how beings work. That's not how human beings work. It's not even how other animals work. We're all learning, like the concept of not learning, of being stagnant, is that judgment concept, that just blanket judging of individuals. If you're not like this, well then you're that. The bias aspect, and then creating a paradigm in which you reinforce this belief, because every time you see X, people have checked these boxes, then they're good, and then whenever individuals didn't check those boxes, they're bad, and you continue to reinforce this. It's just not. It's not really beneficial to us as a society. So I really hope that when they do introduce Punisher in the Spider-Man movie, that Peter Parker isn't just judging him, like for real. He's like really interested in learning about Frank, and Frank is really interested in teaching Spider-Man. Like that's what I want to see. Some people may not want that. I do want that, something else. I was looking on Twitter, or X. I'm doing it for the Instagram. X, and was seeing more conversations about like the political landscape, and even like conversations about video games, right? Like I love the Deus Ex franchise. If you don't know about the Deus Ex franchise, let me tell you, that Deus Ex franchise is that business, and I'm still anticipating the new game to come out in 2027. All of that talk of games being canceled and stuff, I don't believe it. It's in development. Release the game in 2027. Release it. But that media is so important. Like Elon Musk, political. Elon Musk is like a huge lover of that franchise, of the Deus Ex franchise, and to me, he like emulates the characters within the franchise, even like to the point of the Neuralink. Like that's a common name in the Deus Ex games. That's a common name, honestly, like throughout all of media, Neuralink. So what's so interesting, and what I want to say, is how society, we're all being kind of led down this path, and now, depending on whatever you believe, you can come to the conclusion of whether or not this path is positive or negative. Now, I see we're all being led down the path, and perhaps you do too. And I also believe that the path is not negative. I believe that the path is ultimately positive. I don't think that all of the stuff that's happening, like in the movies and video games, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that we as a society, we're going to like really like tap into our own minds, and perhaps this is a unrealistic positive perspective to have, but it's my perspective nonetheless. I believe we're going to tap into the potential that we have and really understand that we can do and believe whatever we want. And that's going to negate the negative timeline that some people have the belief that we're going down. The concept of the robots, right? Like, really, and this is very interesting because, in my opinion, all technology is mirroring the human experience. Even from the perspective of you being on a computer and downloading information, downloading files, and then storing the files. Like, all of that is just an emulation of the human mind. But relating it to hypnosis and the technology. With the robots, you tell the robots what you want and it'll do it. That's the same concept that we as human beings thrive off of, run off of. You tell a human being information, that information is absorbed, and a result comes from the information. Now, we as human beings, we have free will. We're not robots, so we don't just do whatever you tell us. Even with hypnosis, some people, again, have the perspective that hypnosis is mind control, get out, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. But within that, an individual in hypnosis, if they're in hypnosis, they're able to absorb message units, suggestions into their subconscious mind easier for them then to do whatever it is that they want to do or whatever it is that they were suggested to do while they were in hypnosis. When you're in hypnosis and you are wanting a particular suggestion from your hypnotherapist, you go to a hypnotherapist to clean your room, right, or clean up your house, right, and every time it's time for you to clean up your house, you don't do it. You procrastinate. You don't feel the need to. You do something else, whatever. The hypnotherapist, you go to the hypnotherapist. They assist you with going into hypnosis, and then they give you the suggestion for you cleaning up your house. That's the same way that the robots work. The robots literally take suggestions and then respond accordingly. Human beings do the same thing. With the hypnosis bit, like I said, it ain't mind control. So if I was to put my client in hypnosis and say, you're going to give me $1,000, they're going to look at me and be like, I'm not giving you $1,000 because you're a rationally, free will having, free thinking human being. I'm not more powerful than you. No hypnotherapist is more powerful than anybody else. Like, they're just techniques that we have learned. We're educated in understanding how to aid an individual into going into hypnosis, and then what techniques to utilize to get them to accept suggestions into their subconscious mind. But it's nothing mind controlly or nefarious. But that same concept is what the robots like. That's how we respond or the function. That's how we will input functions into robots. Just speak to it, just like ChatGPT. You talk to it or type to it. We function that same way. And I believe that there's going to be a realization that we as human beings function that same way. And that realization is going to take place from us human beings. We're going to go, wait a minute. I just told the robot do X, Y, and Z and it did it. Just like if I told so-and-so do X, Y, and Z and it did it. What happens if I tell myself do X, Y, and Z? I'm going to do it. Wait a minute. I think that's where we're ultimately going to go. And I think that's the point of the technology, to remind us of that. It's not to control us, to kill us, or any of that other stuff. Like, that's my opinion, though. Again, feel good. Feel good Friday. Feel good Friday. Feel good. My belief, my opinion, my perspective. Feel good Friday. You could feel good with that information. Like, whoa, wait a minute. The whole point is just to remember. It's a mass remembrance. That's the point of it. Yes. Unless you want to say no, it's not. Then I won't argue with you. I'll just let that suggestion go and not go into my subconscious mind. That's what I'll do. My perspective. So yeah, that's my beliefs. That's my beliefs with the technology, all of it. It's all a big remembrance. Some people talk about social media being terrible, being the thing that's really holding us back or stopping us. And no, I don't think so. I think social media is a part of that big remembrance, that connection that we all have. You know, yeah, I think it's positive. I think it's all positive for real. And again, that's a perspective that you choose. I choose to have. It's all a choice. We all choose our perspectives and choose our beliefs. For real. You don't have to like subscribe to anything. You can be in a cave in your mind and really be fixated on that cave in your mind and think that's all there is. Think there is nothing else but that cave in your mind. Or you can step out of that cave in your mind and look at different perspectives, different aspects, different areas, and subscribe to those. You know, it's whatever it is you want it to be. Genuinely, for real. That's my beliefs though. And with that though, you know, and I'll make videos about this too. When it comes to you like really solidifying and standing in your beliefs, you may get some pushback, especially if you begin to voice those beliefs. But depending on whatever your beliefs are, it's going to, of course, go into the actions that you take and even how you respond to others. So those beliefs, if they're different from what's in your environment, from others' beliefs, more than likely people will feel that or will understand that there's something different about you. And that can attract some pushback, some negativity, or some something that's not in line with your belief. It can attract an individual saying something about your belief that may not be the most positive. It can. And it's really all about you understanding your belief and understanding why you hold that belief, seeing the importance in holding that belief, and not allowing others to shake it. Like, for real. Because others may try to shake it. Like, that's a part of the, kind of the law of attraction and law of polarity, which goes into kind of my perspective on the politics in general. Like the conspiracies with the island with Jeff Epstein and all of that. Like honestly, in this space on this planet, like there's a lot happening. There's a lot going on all the time. All the time something is happening. In the mind, you can think of the most positive thing, or you can think of the worst, most negative thing. And I believe that's the nature of this planet, of this space that we're in. And with that, the law of polarity, really good. If you got really good, then you got to have really bad, you know? So to some degree, within certain frequencies, and I'll talk a little bit more about frequencies because I haven't really talked about that at all, but within certain perspectives, that will always exist here. There will always be somebody doing the at most terrible. But the inverse is there will always be somebody doing the best, doing the best they can, being the most positive that they can be. So then it really it boils down to, what do you want to pay attention to? What do you want to subscribe to? What frequency are you going to be tuned to? What world do you want to live in? Because we all live in our own world and we share this same planet. I know people that you do not. You know people that I do not. I've had experiences that you have not had, and you have had experiences that I have not had. And these experiences have shaped who you are, your worldview, and the actions and things that you do within your life. So from that perspective, we all have our own world. We all have our own perspective. So what do you want your perspective to really be? For real. You don't have to. I don't have to pay attention to the negativity. I don't have to pay attention to the awfulness. I don't have to. Awful stuff happens. I don't have to pay attention to it though. It doesn't have to be a part of my reality. That's my perspective. It doesn't have to be a part of my reality. It's not a part of my reality. I'm not partaking in any of those things, and I don't want to partake in any of those things, and I don't want to have any of those things be partook near me. So it's not at all within my reality. And that's the perspective that I have, because in the nature of this space, you've got the law of polarity, really good and then really bad, up, down, left, right. It's really about recognizing that. And then once you recognize that, you don't have to go to war with it. You just don't have to pay attention to it. Move on. Keep it moving. Pay attention to what you need to pay attention to. But that perspective requires not just a level of detachment, because you can, that works. You can, a level of detachment. In some ways, it requires a level of attachment. Like you have to recognize the truth, which is you are capable of being the greatest person you can be, and you're capable of being the worst. It's your choice. So just because that choice exists and you've made that choice, that then doesn't mean that others don't have that same choice and they did not make their own. So within all that, it's really about paying attention to what you want to pay attention to for real. Like genuinely paying attention to it. And being okay with the things you pay attention to. Especially, and it's not hard to be okay with it if you're paying attention to good things. If you're paying attention to bad things, shoot, it's hard to, if you have a worldview that everybody's out to get you, that's a not good world. In my opinion, it's a hard world to live in. I don't want to live in a world where I can't laugh, where I can't have a good time with people that I love and people that love me. I'm not living in that world. I refuse. As a matter of fact, I'm not living in a world in which it's ran by individuals who are nefarious, terrible, and evil. That's not my world. Not my world, where nefarious, terrible, heinous things are taking place. Not my world. It may be someone else's world. That, like, just because it's not happening in my world doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but it ain't happening with me. Not dealing with it, not tolerating it, not paying attention to it, not feeding it. I'm feeding the positivity. I'm feeling good on this Friday. You see what I'm doing? You see the point? Feel good Friday. Yeah. Feel good Friday. That's the point. Feel good. You don't have to feel bad. You have the choice to feel however you want to feel. You don't have to feel anything that I'm telling you. You decide how you want to feel and then feel it. You can choose to feel bad, or you can choose to feel good. Yeah. But that's it. That's all I got to say, y'all. This is a good live stream. We did 40 minutes, almost at 45 minutes. And I'm about to cut this live stream short because it's Feel Good Friday, and the stream was good. This is something people will be able to go back to it and watch it. And we're gonna keep this going. Stay tuned for more videos. Like I said, I'm gonna plan on doing my live streams every Friday. And I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate Marvel's Rivals Realm. Thank you so much for your question regarding the psychology and persuasion, and whether or not persuasion deals with the subconscious mind, because or behaviors deal with the subconscious mind, because it does. The subconscious mind literally is the foundation for our behaviors. But when it comes to behavior, like, that's a specific thing that people literally they are educated on and trained on. That's how they can, without, and I don't want to use the phrase without a shadow of the doubt, but without a lot of doubt, they can pinpoint various movements or things and say that means this. You said it in this way. There was an inflection at this point in your sentence, which then means that. They're trained in that. I'm not trained in that. That's not what I'm trained in. I'm trained in the subconscious mind, getting things into the subconscious mind, and those things ultimately manifesting for the person in their reality. So yeah, appreciate you all for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Have a good night on this Feel Good Friday. Have a good weekend, and stay tuned for more videos. Watch my videos. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. All of that. Have a good one, y'all. Peace. Have a good one. Peace.